guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's, if I could get the hair out of my mouth. For today's video, I'm going to be updating you. It's the first update in the graveyard project pan that was created by Emily from Emily and Max. Y'all know she is one of my favorites. Definitely go check her out. She will be linked in the description box down below. I believe, is this year number 3 or 4?
It's the number 4, yeah.
My daughter thinks it's the 4th year that we are doing this project. If you're new to the graveyard project pan, essentially there are 2 categories of products to roll in or work on. You can choose the number of products that you want to work on. A lot of people choose the number 6 because it's a spooky number and there's a spooky aspect to the project. There are 2 categories within this project. The first is the resurrection category. These are products that have been going in previous projects that potentially you haven't reached your goal on, or just products that are still like lingering in your collection that you have previously worked on in a different project. The second category is the collecting cobwebs category. These are products in our collection collecting cobwebs. The products in our collection that just haven't been used in some time. I do have 6 products that I am currently working on, and I actually am so excited because usually I am not very successful in this project, but I actually have 3 rollouts today. One of them is a product that is almost done, and so I'm going to roll in a product to replace that, but during my next update, which we update bi-monthly, I'll show you that the product is indeed an empty. We'll get into all of that. If you're interested in my update, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content or just chit-chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. All right, you guys, I'm gonna start with my 3 non-rollouts to keep you on your toes, keep you hanging. Let's start with the least exciting progress. That's my Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. I rolled this in for the collection, for the prompt. A resurrection product. This has been going in several different projects throughout its lifetime with me. You can see all of the different line markings. And this final line marking, there is an A and a J by it now because I've used this, but I still don't feel like I can make a new line marking. My goal is just to use this throughout the project and see how much use I can get on it. I don't think I'll be able to finish this up, but I would love to finish this blush up by the end of the year. I do have my Charlotte Tilbury blush one that will be empty this year, but my blush collection, like, I love blush, but it's really starting to feel overwhelming to me. This is the perfect shade for this time of year, and I have been liking a more orangey coral blush lately, so I need to get more use out of it. Would love if this could be an empty, but you need so little product and I still have half of this left. When I rolled this in, this weighed 9 grams. It does weigh 8 grams. So there's been weight change, but no line marking change. My scale isn't like, there's not decimals, so it's not like the most accurate. Next up, this is not super exciting. I will be interested to kind of see the pictures and whether or not there is any change to this. It's the Tower 28 Tower 28 in the shade Bronzino, the West Coast bronzer. This is what it looks like. I have been using this. I do not like it on the cheeks anymore. Even like up higher on my cheeks to like look like a very glowy sun-kissed bronze. I'm just not loving it. So the way that I've used it the last few times is I've actually like mixed it with a moisturizer and tried to use it kind of like I was using my Iconic London bronzer towards the end to make it like almost like a body blurring bronzer for like my chest and shoulders. And I'm hoping to continue to get use out of it that way this summer so that at bare minimum I can hit a pan. I'd love to use this up, but I don't know if that's possible at all. Don't know if it's possible. I just have a feeling that if I don't finish this year, it could be bad by next year. So when I rolled this in, it weighed 38 grams, still weighs 38 grams. There's definitely like a dip starting. And if I continue to use it in the way that I have, I definitely use more product. So trying to find creative ways to use my product pan items, but that is my update with that. And then the last product to update you that we'll be staying in, oh, I forgot to mention this, I believe was for resurrection. Yes. I just can't remember what project I had worked on that in, potentially whole collection project pan. Maybe it was Partners in Cream that this was in. I can't exactly remember, but that was a resurrection product. This next product is a Collecting Cobwebs product, and it's the last product that is remaining, with the exception of one that I'm almost done with. Why am I rambling about nothing? This is what this looks like. This is the RMS Uncover Concealer. This has been in my collection for so long. It is one of the products that I set out to pan this year, one of my 23 and 2023. I have expanded the pan some, definitely. I've tried to mix this with foundation to get more use out of it, and I've also used it as something to like clean up my eye makeup. This is slow moving, but I do feel like I can finish this by the finale. I don't think it'll be finished next update. I do feel like it's getting like very thin around the edges, and if I were to mix this with potentially like a glowy product like the Auric Glow Lust, and to try and get use out of it, it's light too, like a little bit light, especially as I am going to be self-tanning more frequently this summer and actually just out in the sun. I don't know that I'll get this to work for me mixed with, we'll see. This weighed 41 grams last update. It does weigh 40 grams today, so there has been progress there. It's just, I cannot wait for that product to be out of my collection. Okay, so then moving on to the other three products. The product that I'm almost done with but not quite is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I rolled this in for, I think I rolled this in for a Collecting Cobwebs just because it was one of my older primers in my collection. I am trying to get through my e.l.f. primers and just some primers that I know I won't be repurchasing. This has been discontinued. My daughter and I play makeup just about every single weekend, and she loves this product, so she's been helping. She's aided in some of the use of this, but I've also reached for this just about every single day that I've done my makeup since the last update, so within the last 2 months. So that's why we have such great progress on this. This did weigh 43 grams when I rolled this in, and it does weigh 15 grams today. So we're almost done with this. I have maybe a week's left of use, possibly less with this. So I do want to roll in a primer to replace this, just because the next update won't be for another 2 months and I don't want to wait to put another product in. So I will come back during my next update, which will be end of August, to share that this is indeed an empty, but it will be. And then the two products that are actually empties up first, finally, I have my Oma Beauty, is it the Say What foundation? This was a Resurrection product. It had been going in a previous project, and when I rolled this in, I think I marked this wrong because I had marked it at about having about halfway left. But then like the first time I used it after filming my intro, I was like, I definitely have significantly less product in this component. It just was like coating the walls kind of weird. As you can see, you are seeing a ton of windowing. I did like take this out and like dump it as well. So like it is truly, again, as empty as I'm going to get this one. So this weighed 118 grams when I rolled this in. It weighs 103 grams today. I did mix this quite frequently with a lot of bronzers that are too deep for me. I'm really happy to have this moved out of my collection because it definitely is like more mattifying than I typically prefer. And even more so these days, I've found my skin just looks so dry, and I just don't love a lot of the foundations I used to really enjoy. I will say, when we play makeup, I would like ask my daughter if she was gonna wear foundation, could she wear this one too, just to aid in some of the use. It wasn't very frequently, I'd say maybe like 3 or 4 times, but this foundation was also just way too light for me, even at my fairest, and it just was not flattering. It just was not flattering towards the end. I'm very excited to have this as an empty. It's also a foundation empty, which is so exciting for me because I recently purchased some more foundations. Again, my skin has just not been agreeing with some of the foundations I used to love, so I've been purchasing foundations, trying to find something that I think is going to look flattering on my skin. So it's always exciting to actually empty out and move out of foundation. So that is my first empty. And then also very exciting, another lip product empty. This is from Dose of Colors. It is in the shade Can You Not. Rolled this in for Collecting Cobwebs. This was one of the oldest lip glosses in my collection, and prior to rolling it in, I had used this so much, but Dose of Colors lip glosses take forever to get through. I've finished and emptied out one other lip gloss, and the other thing I found with the Dose of Colors lip gloss is that the doe foot seems to break off towards the end. Now I did take the stopper out of this, and I have like got everything that I possibly can out of this product. So you can see there's a ton of windowing happening. Like, this is as empty as I'm going to get it. This weighed 27 grams when I rolled this in. It does weigh 23 grams today as an empty. When I rolled this in, the stopper was still in the product, but I pretty quickly removed the stopper, and I have been using this a ton. I love a nude lip. Love me a nude lip. I'm sad to see this go, but I also have so many other lip formulas, lip gloss formulas that I prefer. I will miss the shade though. I will miss the shade of this, but excited to have another lip empty in my collection. Okay, because we are rolling these two out and I am going to replace the e.l.f. Jelly Pop because this will soon be an empty, that means we get to roll in 3 products, which is so exciting. Again, I feel like the Graveyard Project pan just has not been successful for me in the past, so this is super exciting. That first update, we get to roll out half the products and roll in 3 new products. So let's start with the first. I'm replacing each product kind of product for product. I just felt like that was gonna work well for me in this moment. So up first for foundation, to replace my Oma Beauty foundation, I'm going to replace it with my Giorgio Armani Neo Nude foundation. This is actually the foundation I have on today, and I really do still enjoy this foundation. I think it's beautiful. It is like a natural glow, so it's like glowy without being like too much, but it's not like matte. It's like my perfect finish. This is for a Resurrection product, and it has been going in a previous project. I can't remember which one specifically, can I ever? But this is the line where we are currently at. I marked it with a J. I had this resting like this morning, and then decided this morning that this was going to be the product that I rolled in to replace this, because I do feel like I could finish this within the next few months. This will be a perfect foundation for me to reach for this summer, and it's like one of the foundations that has the most use in my collection, so would love to have another foundation empty by the end of the year. But now most of the product is coating the top, but I had gotten like a general idea this morning, so I'm pretty sure this is an accurate line marking every morning when I sit down to film the train. I swear each time, like every morning, it honks its choo-choo thing for an even more extended period of time. Okay, to replace the e.l.f. primer, I'm going to be replacing it with my Catrice Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer. This is a Resurrection product as well, or for the Resurrection category. It has been going in many other projects, I believe, a couple other projects. Again, I can't quite remember the specifics on which projects. There were quite a few line markings up here that have kind of worn away, but this is the newest marking. So I do have a little bit more than half of this product left in here. My goal is to finish this product by the end of this year. I do not know if it's possible to finish this primer within the next 4 months. I'm sure it's possible, but I don't know if I'll do it. I do like this primer, but I do find, especially with like certain sunscreens, I can get some pilling with this. It's nowhere near some other pore filling primers, but it just also sometimes I feel like makes certain foundations look drier on my skin. So I'm just picky about when I reach for this, but this is also a product that I do want to move out of my collection. I will not be repurchasing this primer, not for any reason in particular other than I love the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer as a pore filling primer. That's like the only pore filling primer I need in my collection. So in terms of like thinking of like reining in my primer collection, would love to just finish this up and move it out of my collection. And so I'll be rolling that in. And then the final product to replace the Dose of Colors lip gloss, I'm going to be rolling in my NARS lip lacquer in the shade Santo Domingo. This is one of the products in my Plan to Pan 23 in 2023, and it's a product that I kind of forgot about. So I've been trying to reach for it more in the last month or so. It is actually what I had on my lips today. It is actually kind of pigmented for what it is. It is more of a sticky formula. And my packaging is so messy. It's like one of those products that every time I put the cap back on, there's product like coating the sides a little bit, so that's kind of annoying. There was a little bit of windowing where I currently have this marked, but I feel like I feel like sometimes I have to dip in more than once to get product on the dough foot or to like coat my lips. So I'll be really curious to see how quickly or slowly this product works out. My hope is that it is an empty by the finale. Again, this is one of the products I wanted to finish this year. This is rolling in for the This is rolling in for the prompt Collecting Cobwebs. It is one of the older lip products in my collection, and I'll be really happy to eventually move this out of my collection. So that is going to be the 6th and final product that I'm rolling in to work on to replace some of these other products, and that is going to wrap it up for today's update in my graveyard project pan update number 1. If you are doing a project similar to this, or if you've recently finished up any old products, or maybe hit a goal on a product that you've been working on previous projects and you have just been struggling with it, let me know what that product is in the comments down below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.